Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we went to Mahogany Town and then we also visited Lake of Rage where we saw the rare Gyarados. In this episode, before we go on, I'm going to show you guys what I actually received here. I got the Leaf Stone because off-screen, the Pinnaker Gina from Route 34, if you probably remember her, she gave me a call and she told me that she has an item for me, so I came over to her and then she gave me the Leaf Stone, finally. So now I can actually use that to evolve Audrey into Victory Bell. But like I said, I'm gonna hold off on that until Weepinbell learns Razor Leaf, because if I evolve her into Victory Bell now, then she'll never be able to learn. So I'm gonna wait until once she levels up and then to learn Razor Leaf. So, anyways, we're in here at the this strange shop, and my God, Lance just fucking has Dragonite use Hyper Beam on that guy there. God damn, he just pushes the guy out of the way, like out of the way, motherfucker. Like that guy's hardcore, I gotta say. So. Anyway, so this shop was actually secretly hiding the Team Rocket hideout this whole time. Yeah, just like the casino in Celadon City, this whole shop does have an underground base for Team Rocket. Just try to like disguise itself as a shop. So yeah, there was something the whole time. So now here we are in the Team Rocket hideout, and yeah, we're back to battling Team Rocket again since we haven't really done that in a long time, and so the reason why I'm here is because, like Lambs was saying, there's some sort of a strange signal that was going from Mahogany Town over to the Lake of Rage that's forcing all the Magikarp in there to evolve into Gyarados prematurely, and they're all pissed off because of it. And so we're basically just gotta get to the bottom of this, is what we gotta do, and try to put a stop to it. And then as soon as you enter here, if you go in front of those Persian statues, the signal will go off. Or, I mean, well, this alert will actually go off, and then you're basically forced to fight those couple Team Rocket grunts. They're right there. And so, basically, just show them off there. And every time that, like, he'll probably say it, once we defeat this guy. But there's like a bunch of these other Persian statues. If you ever come across one, the alert sound will go off again, and then you have to keep on battling those Team Rocket grunts over and over again. Although those two same grunts will appear, they'll still use the same Pokemon that we've been battling, or they're using. But there is actually a secret switch there they can actually turn off, and then it'll disable the statues, and then they won't come to mess with you. Of course, if you actually, to those of you who want to do some grinding, then you actually can still go and go to those Persian statues and battle those rocket grunts. So I mean, it's at least good for grinding, because you still get experience for that anyway. You'll still get the prize money, so it's actually good for grinding that stuff up. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm only just gonna battle them once, and because I'd rather not just waste so much time around here. So anyhow, yeah. So I think we've already encountered Grimer, because I think there was that one trainer in the Goldenrod City Underground that had a Grimer, but yeah, pure poison type knows quite a lot of defensive moves like Harden and Acid Armor. Yeah, it also knows Acid Armor. I think raises up the defense and special defense, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just sharply raises it. I know it's also another move that Vaporeon uses. And by the way, folks, I recorded this on Sunday. And then, Sunday for this week, and as of that recording, it's already no longer daylight savings time, because we've already moved the clocks back over to the standard time. In my case, it's the Eastern Standard Time, because it's since I live in the East Coast. So I mean, to those of you who have like these manual clocks, like microwaves and ovens that can only be changed manually, be sure to do that, so that way they're able to stay there. And so because of this, since it was already since we're already back to the standard time, what I did this off screen to make sure that I still had time here. I went back over to New Barktown and talked to Mom there, and then you can actually change the daylight savings time settings there, so where you just talk to your mom in New Barktown, and then first she'll ask you if you want to check your money, you just say no to that, and then she'll ask if daylight savings time is over. And so, since it's already over, then you just select yes, and then she'll change the clock back to the daylight savings time. So that way, it'll just correspond to the actual time that it is right now. So there we go. And because of that, and also what happened was that right after I did that, that's actually when Pinnaker Gina called me, and then that's how I got Leaf Stone. So it's actually one thing you can do is that you can actually abuse the trainer calls. So, like, whenever you change the time, then the trainers will actually will just go ahead and call you either to challenge you to a battle, or or if they have some items, like those trainers had the items for you. And so I was actually real lucky, because I actually kind of got a feeling that was going to happen, but I was real lucky that I managed to change the time and then have her to call me for the Leaf Stone, because that's actually what I need, because because in the original Gold and Silver, those elemental stones can only be accessed like in the post game, which is stupid and bullshit, and it feels very limited because of that. But Crystal thankfully mitigated that to where you can actually just get those elemental stones early if they have a chance to call you, tell you that they have an item for you. Or if you're playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can actually just go over to the Pokeathlon Dome next to the National Park, and then you can actually just grind up those points by hosting those mini games that they have for you, and then you just rack up enough points, and then you'll be able to spend those points on those elemental stones. But that only depends on the day of the week, though, because those prizes are just randomized like for each day of the week. So or at least on their own kind of days, like they'll only get those away. So it has to be on that kind of day if you want those elemental stones. But it's actually good for just if you wanted them right away, then you can just grind up those points by playing those mini games. So anyway, so yeah, Secret Switch, press it. Who wouldn't? But yeah, once you press that switch there, then that actually turns off the all the Persian statues. So that way, those rocket runs won't battle you. And that was a guard spec. Forgot about that. I think that raises up the special defense or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't really use those very much, so it's kind of hard for me to remember what it is. And that was our first encounter with a scientist that we just battled, also returning from Gen 1. Scientists tend to use kind of the same kind of Pokemon that the Super Nerds use. Like, they use that, or Pokemon that are kind of like based around science. So that's why he was using stuff like Magnemites, and they could also use some poison types like Grimers, Coughings, and the like. But usually Pokemon that are that revolves around science. And let's see here. I think I was actually giving some. Yeah, I was actually making a Pidgeotto hold the Sharp Beak, but that one I'm actually just gonna take off once I find that one bird Pokemon that I wanted to catch. But that's like it's gonna be the gem just for the sake of getting the Nugget, and also there's that Warp Tile that's right there. If you take that one, then you'll be taken back to the entrance. So it's a nice little shortcut for that there. I went ahead and did a little bit of editing here because I had to sell that Nugget because I wanted to pick it up just get some more Pokédollars. So even though Team Rocket are basically just like those kind of trainers where where they're kind of like event-based, I'm still gonna cut those off anyway because they're still just played like the regular trainers. Also, you don't want to go across those darkened tiles are right there. Those are actually trap tiles, and if you come across them, you'll actually come across Pokemon that are kind of like trap-based. Like there's Voltorbs, Geodudes, and Coughings. I think just those 3 Pokemon. Of course, you can actually just encounter them, like just for the sake of grinding. But so if you want to do that, you can. But I didn't want to go to that because I really don't feel like just having to grab those tiles. And let's just heal our Pokemon. That's nice. He has some super powerful medicine that somehow heals up all the Pokemon. Why can't we have those, you fucking cheater? Oh yeah, speaking of cheater, spoilers, we will actually get to challenge him to a battle at some point. I'm not gonna say like where exactly. Well, he was once the Elite Four, so I mean, there's that kind of hint there. But we'll see how much he actually cheats when we battle him. So yeah. Then again, why do I say spoilers though? This game is over 20 years old, so like it's really not so much of a spoiler anymore, honestly. So I mean, I could probably just get away with saying it, but I mean, but you never know. Like even after this game's like, even after this game's over 20 years old, you may never. There could be people out there who have never played Gen 2 or Heart Gold and Soul Silver, either any one of the Johto games. So I mean, the people like that exist. I mean, you never know. There could be many people out there that have never played these games. They could have played the other Pokemon games, but not specifically the Johto games. And this here is Golbat. Golbat is the evolved form of a Zubat. I think around if it was a level 20s, then that's a legal Golbat. But Golbat actually does have a new evolution in Crobat, which will evolve if you receive a high level of friendship. Which, of course, if we keep seeing those Team Rocket runs, Yeah, apparently this guy doesn't know the password because he's just a grunt. He is the gruntiest of the grunts, which I know that's actually one of the lines for Team Galactic in the Sinnoh games. um, yeah, you'll just all these Team Rocket grunts will actually just be battling the well, actually just be using Golbats. They never evolve their Croats because they're very well known to actually just treat their Pokemon horribly. So yeah, because they just treat them like tools. Unless if it's unless if it's Jesse and James for the anime, because those are probably the only kind of wholesome members of Team Rocket, honestly. But so what Lance is saying is that there's that locked door that we can't even get access to, and that's where it contains the machine. And so in order to access that door, we need 2 passwords. And so what we have to do is that we just have to find these rocket grunts, and then they'll claim that they know the password, but we have to battle them first, and then that's when they'll tell us the password. So just move this around here. So I think in terms of a level for the rocket hideout, I will say though, like it's actually thankfully not too bad. Well, I mean, well, I think our Pokemon right about now are in the high 20s, like close to level 30s. But I guess probably not as bad as like some of these other trainers because of that big level scaling issue. Or no, maybe it's just still there because, like I said, it's like by the time you get to Mahogany, well, after you beat the Extreme City Gym, that's where the game gets a little more open-ended until you get to Mahogany Town, where it just starts to get a little more railroaded. Because because what it is that let's see, like this, bulimia MS. Okay, that guy doesn't know the password, but I think I just okay, yeah, I don't show him off at all. We go down over this way. There's some items there. There's actually where we need to go to actually reach the end, but well, we can't really do that just yet though, because actually no, I was wrong. I was thinking backwards. I was going ahead of myself. It's actually the office, Giovanni's office to where you have to get those 2 passwords. It wasn't the rhythm machine. There's actually another password for that, but that's just like after you get to the office. So it's actually in the office room that you need access to get those 2 passwords. So it's actually locked right about now, but it's just all the way down there. So we just need to start with that first. So let me think. But yeah, I gotta say though, in terms of variety, pretty much all the Team Rocket members will be using are just like like I said, the same ones they used back in Gen 1, like Zubats, Coughings. Well, less so with Zubats though, but they still use them anyway. There's like Coughings, Rattatas, and the like. So I mean, the variety is a little bit mediocre at best. And well, when you're in the Team Rocket hideout, wait till we get to the part where we have to battle Team Rocket again. God, I am not looking forward to this at all. Cause I'll explain more about it like once we actually get to it. Because I mean, we're getting pretty close anyway. But that's one more about Gen 2 I know look forward to. So, anyway, so this female Team Rocket member says that she knows the password, and she refuses to give it to us unless we manage to defeat her in battle. So she'll definitely use AcedTyler. I gotta say though, like those female Team Rocket members, like when they use Ekans, really is I would say it was very much a reference to Jessie from the anime, where like because she did start off using Ekans that later evolved to Arbok. And that one episode of the anime. Same with James Coughing, that later evolves to Wheezing. And actually, as a matter of fact, she did tend to use quite a bit of a Serpentine-like Pokemon. Like I know she later on used Seviper. And then next up, she's using Gloom here. I think this might be our first encounter with Gloom. Gloom is the evolved form of Oddish, and so like I said, Gloom does get like an alternative evolution. So just by using Leaf Stone for Vileplume, and then the Sunstone for Bellossom. Not much over to explain when we encountered Oddish. Alright, so now she's going to go ahead and give us the password. And so the first password is Slowpoke Tail. And so see, so unless we have 2 passwords. Yeah, that's what we're going there for. Yeah, of course it's going to be Slowpoke Tail. It just involves kind of parts of Pokemon and all that, which, the way they just would just cut off Slowpoke Tails for profit in the Slowpoke well, that's just it's all kind of gross anyway. Alright, so there's another scientist here. It says he used to work for the Self Company. Oh yeah, remember the Self Company? Ugh, yeah. And also the time that I've actually just gouged myself with that one root beer that had 5% alcohol by volume. But I didn't even like those episodes at all, honestly, because, you know, I felt like I was trying too hard to sound like I was drunk, and it failed miserably. Like, it really did, so I also have to apologize for those videos, too. So, I mean, if you didn't like those videos, well, I can't say I blame you, because, you know, they're terrible because of it, so... Anyway, so this year's trainer is interest here. This is Ditto. So you remember when I talked about Ditto over at the daycare in Route 34? Ditto is, well, for one thing, in battle, Ditto knows move Transform, which we're about to see right now. Ditto will transform to any kind of Pokemon that it's encountering. So in this case, it transformed to Pidgeotto. But the thing about Ditto is that Ditto is always the most used Pokemon for breeding. So, you know, you can use Ditto on any kind of Pokemon there as well. Most any kind of Pokemon, so that way you can actually get a Pokemon egg. Especially if you want to get a certain baby Pokemon like a Pichu, Igglybuff, or Cleffa. So yeah, those you can actually get. So it's actually just the best way to go for those. So let me talk to this guy here. Oh, what are you, Goofy? Your challenge that means we'll battle? Huh, you're nuts, but you got guts. I like that. If you can beat me, I'll tell you a password to the boss's room. Alright, so this guy also has the password here, so, anyways, I think that's what I was, saying here. This guy is gonna use, Eradicate. So anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying here, so, even though it's a little more, open-ended, like I said, you can actually get to, Mahogany Town first before you get to, Cianwood City and then Olivine City. Like, even after you, even after you beat the gym leader, I think the guy still blocks you off from leaving Mahogany Town until you get to, until you actually beat the gym leaders until you beat Chuck and Jasmine. So, yeah, you actually have to beat them first before you get to, before you can actually exit, Mahogany Town, but, I don't know, though. I might be thinking of Heart Gold till Silver, where it actually does do that, but I don't know if the original Gen 2 does that. And the second password that the guy just gave us, I think he said was a Eradicate Tail. I'm sure it was a Eradicate Tail. And then what we just picked up was a Protein. What that does is another one of those EV raising stat boosters that raises up the physical attack stat. And so I think I remember back in Gen 1, I kind of used them incorrectly, where I basically used them for any kind of Pokemon there is, but I guess it was kind of hard to remember, like, what's physical or what's special in Gens 1 through 3, since, you know, I've been so used to the physical special split after Gen 4 right about now. So what I'm actually doing right now is that, you know, since I'm actually just recognizing more of those stat boosters, and I had to look at my Pokemon and see what actually needs it, so that way they're actually using it right. Oh, what the hell are you doing here, fuckbag? Didn't I tell you I was going to just for a Team Rocket? Well, I'm doing it too, so who are you to talk? Or to mention, oh, I don't care that I lost, I could beat him by getting stronger Pokemon. It's what he said that bothers me. He told me that I don't love and trust my Pokemon enough. Well, because you're a dick. I'm furious that I lost to a bleeding heart like him. I don't have the time for the likes of you. Oh, fuck, you push me again, you asshole. Ugh, what is it with you just abusing me and just pushing me out like that, you dick? Ugh. Anyway, so now we have the 2 passwords to get into the boss's office. Supposedly Giovanni's office, but question is, are we actually going to be battling Giovanni, though? Well, I don't think so, because we did see a regular Team Rocket member there, so let's go and enter those 2 passwords. What? Who are you? This is the office of our leader, Giovanni. Since disbanding Team Rocket 3 years ago, he has been in training. But we're certain he will be back some days to assume command again. That's why we're standing guard. I won't let anyone disturb this place. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, this will be our first encounter with one of the Rocket executives here. Yeah, how long as we're actually battling the Rocket executive here. And for some reason, he is actually using the normal trainer theme instead of the Team Rocket theme. I don't know why. That's odd. So, anyway, so go ahead and talk about his Pokemon. He's going to start with Zubat here. Zubat has the moves Leech Life, Bite, Supersonic, and Confuse Ray. So, yeah. Well, I mean, at least I managed to wipe it out with Nightshades Ice Punch here. And then next he's going to be using Eradicate, which has moves Hyper Feint, Quick Attack, Scary Face, and Tail Whip. Scary Face is a move I haven't really going to talk about. What it does is that it actually sharply lowers the opponent's speed. So you know, it's kind of a higher chance if you're for the opponent to actually go first. So one thing I gotta say though, that like there's actually no distinct names for the Rocket Executives. Like they only have the trainer class, just Rocket Executive. There's like the male version and the female version. So See, I guess at the time they didn't really plan this at a time. I will say, though, like I did say previously, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, they actually did flesh the executives a lot more, where they're actually given their own, not only their own distinct designs, but also names. And also, at that point, you'll actually be battling another new executive here named Petrol, which I think he uses the same Pokemon as this guy does. But that I'm not entirely sure. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. And then last one he's going to use is Coughing. Coughing has the moves Smog, Tackle, Sludge, and Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct is, of course, a suicidal move where, it has massive power. It can hit hard. But, of course, as a result, the Pokemon that use Self-Destruct itself will immediately faint because of it, so that's kind of really cool. And same thing with Explosion, which is actually a lot more powerful than Self-Destruct, and he just got himself at the table like an idiot. Because I guess he doesn't really watch where he's going, just rushing too much there, so... Anyway, we have this strange bird-like Pokemon that's right there. What can he be doing right here, anyway? I might as well talk to it here. Oh, it's a Murkrow. Password is Hail Giovanni. Oh. Oh, what were we gonna say? Like Captain America? So yeah, that was a Murkrow. Did that Murkrow just talk though, or was it a robotic kind of Murkrow? Which actually kind of reminds me of that one scene in The Incredibles where there's that robotic bird, and actually Dash actually mistook it for a talking bird. It was actually a robotic bird. And so that's when the whole chase scene ensues. It kind of does remind me of that in a way. So anyway, so we actually have this new password to get to the room where that machine is. So that's actually what we need to get in there. So doors closed. Enter the password. Yeah, Hail Giovanni. There's Captain America there. Oh wait, what's going on? Hold it right there. What's going on here? Oh, what? Okay, cornered again. We can't have a brat like you on the loose. It's harmful to Team Rocket's pride, you see. However strong you may be, you can't take both of us at the same time. Sorry, baby. Now get ready to be thrashed. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Dragonite. Oh, hey, Lance is here. Oh, yeah, now you finally came. Don't be so selfish. Spread the fun around. What? You had an accomplice? Where's your sense of honor? Well, you have a Team Rocket right next to you. We're here to talk anyway. Alright, so now we have a battle against the female executive here. And actually the only kind of female executive that we face here. And so, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, the name of the executive is Ariana, which actually kind of has a similar design to the female one here. And she's going to be starting off using Arbok, and this Arbok actually has a different pattern, because it's been stated in the Pokedex entries that Arbok has different patterns, depending on the region, although this kind of gets completely omitted by the later Pokemon games, where they just use the same kind of pattern, like back in Gen 1. Although I guess you could say it is kind of a precursor to, well, like Sun and Moon before Sun and Moon. Although that's just more like them getting different forms and different typings and all that. Or like at least with the regional variants kind of thing, starting with Gen 7. But anyways, so Arbok has the moves, if I can just look at this up here. Arbok has the moves Leer, Bite, Wrap, and Poison Sting. It has very weak moves because of it, so it's really not that much of a threat, honestly. And then she's going to be using Gloom that's up next, once Passmania switches over to Pidgeotto here. And so Gloom here has moves Sweet Scent, Absorb, Acid, and Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder you want to watch out for because, since, obviously it'll just put your Pokemon to sleep. And, okay, it'll just use Sweet Scent, which, actually lowers the evasiveness of the opponent, but of course, it can be using the overall just to attract some Pokemon here. Let's see here. Oh, also in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, whenever you get to that point where you're battling, you'll actually get to battle Ariana and that Team Rocket Run, and you'll actually be doing a multi-battle with Lance, where he'll team up with you, and he has his Dragonite to use, and only his Dragonite there. So, see, that's why, only in this gen you'll be battling the executive herself. Can't even speak today. But in those remakes, then you'll just be doing a multi-battle with Lance. And then last but not least, she has a Murkrow, a Dark and Flying type. Murkrow, can't exactly remember its kind of stats, but knows some pretty decent Dark type moves. It has the moves Peck, Haze, and Pursuit. Yeah, only 3 moves here, and that's about it. Haze is a move where basically all the stat changes get eliminated, so it kind of does help with that. And Pursuit is a Dark type move that basically just, I think it's more so good for Pokemon that are trying to switch out. Like, if you're about to switch out your Pokemon, then then the opponent will try to use Pursuit, and then it'll actually take damage before you get the chance to switch out. And it's also a good damage-dealing Dark-type move for any kind of basics. So anyway, the executive and the Team Rocket run is done and over with, and so we have this machine that's causing all the problems here. I don't see a switch on it. We have no choice. We have to make all the Electrode faint. That should stop this machine from transmitting that strange signal. It's no fault of the Pokemon, so it makes me feel guilty. Tyler, let's split the job. Alright, so that's basically all we gotta do is just, there's actually 3 Electrodes here that, they had to defeat, and so, I think well, actually, I don't think you can catch those, though. I think the game really wants you to defeat them, so, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know whether or not you can actually catch those, though, but either way, there's only 3 Electrodes to battle, and they have they're the same levels and the same moves, and, you know, they do know, I think they know either Self-Destruct or Explosion, probably Self-Destruct, so that's one thing you gotta watch out for. I'm gonna have Iwata to battle those Electrode and use Dig, you know, so that way since I can actually just get a weakness here. And I'm only gonna be battling 1 Electrode mainly because that's all you're gonna be doing is just battle the 3 Electrodes. So I'll just be showing off the 1 here, and just not wasting any time here. I'll just go ahead and just defeat those Electrodes here. And then once that's done and over with, then I'll go and yep, there we go. And so that's where I cut off and defeat those 3 Electrodes off screen here. And then that should stop the signal. It's finally stopped. The lake should be back to normal. You're the hero. Let me thank you on behalf of all the Pokemon. Oh yes, you should take this. I found it here, but I don't have any need for it. And so we have received HM06, and that contains a Whirlpool, which is a very low power kind of move, and it actually it's one of those kind of moves where where the opponent will get stuck in the Whirlpool and they take damage for every turn. But we actually need the gym badge from Mahogany Town to be able to use in the overworld. So you saw those Whirlpools beforehand over in the Whirl Islands. That we're gonna use after we get the gym badge, but we're only gonna do that much later. So anyway, so after this kind of Marvel Space Share, yeah, we'll definitely see Lance again, and you know, very much so. And yeah, that's gonna be like the only time we'll just see Lance. Well, for right now, since he's already helped us. Well, I mean, to be fair though, at least he did. I'm pretty sure he actually did defeat that Team Rocket run while we battle Ariana. So he's kind of more helpful than Cynthia anyway. I mean, you know, I love Cynthia, but we see that one point in Platinum, but which I'll talk about, you know, once I get to that Let's Play. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and call an episode here. So we're done with the Team Rocket hideout, and so next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and challenge the Mahogany Town Gym now that's accessible to us. So I will see you guys next time.